Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your monthly horoscope for December for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you a broad overview of what you can expect, but then please stay with me. I will dive deep and go into forensic detail of what you can expect. Now there are three things I want to tell you about first of all. The new moon in your sign on the 4th is very, very exciting because it links so positively to Saturn, the planet of structure, and provides a backdrop of energy for 1 month. So right into the new year, anything that's important to you, that's very individual and very creative, gets a chance to really move forwards with purpose. But also, there's an enormously helpful link between Venus and Pluto all through this month. Now, Venus is known to be the ruler or the influencer of relating, but it's also very much to do with money. And in the second house, very much to do with everyday money. So Pluto being in the mix as well suggests that efforts that you've put in over a very long period of time can now reap rewards. It is true that Venus can join in with Pluto, can mean that some opportunities have some catches to them, but I'll go into that in more detail. But generally, very, very helpful that Venus and Pluto are in that conjunction. And thirdly, the Sun in your sign between the 16th and the 21st forges a brilliant link to your ruler Jupiter in the free-spirited third house and the sign of Aquarius. There are commonalities between your sign and Aquarius. You both love freedom and can both be independent thinkers. So this is a mutually receptive link, and one of the luckiest aspects of all, the Sun sextile in Jupiter. So that also is great for expressing your enthusiasm and really igniting possibilities in your world. So please stay with me for more. But if you are new to my channel, I would be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. That means every time I drop a video, you'll get an alert. Also, if you'd like to get your free written daily horoscope from me, fired to your device each morning, you can. I've been writing these for over 25 years. I write for some of the biggest platforms in the world, including the British Press Association, and the Metro newspaper in Britain is the most read newspaper. So you can get your copy, if you like, too, by clicking on the link beneath this video. And finally, with year 2022 just around the proverbial corner, if you'd like to ascend above this zodiac forecast and embrace more serious astrology, you can get your forecast for the year, but the rest of 21 free, and also a character analysis and 30% off if you order now. This is going to give you glorious insights into the opportunities in the new year, but also where you can steer clear of some pitfalls and challenges. Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your in-depth forecast for December for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now, Neptune is the planet of dreams, and since 2012 it's been in your sector of emotions, and since the 25th of June it's been retracing its steps. On the first day of this month it goes forwards, and that's something to really, really celebrate. It also forges a really neat link to your ruler Jupiter for the first 2 weeks. So conversations, particularly with a sibling, in the first half of this month can be very, very uplifting and pleasing. Now, if you recall, the most dominant influence of 2021 has been Saturn square with Uranus. It peaked in February, in May, I think the 22nd, may have been June, and it's repeated again in an exact square on Christmas Eve this December. What does it mean for you? Well, Saturn's in the part of your horoscope to do with everyday communication, and Uranus is in the 6th house of work-life organisation. So this is a recipe for nervous tension, to be honest. If you're trying to do too much, push too much into your day, then the chances are that something's got to give. So you're being encouraged really to not overdo things this month, because the potential for headaches and feeling a bit irritable, eye strain, finding it difficult to sleep, all these things could be repeated, because that has been a theme for the year. But I think what happens with difficult planetary aspects is that we learn what they're about and we adapt and we get better and more skillful at dealing with them. So hopefully the practice that we've all had will make this month a little bit less bruising with that particular influence. Now also Mars, the planet of passion and drive, starts this month in a bit of a tricky location for you, but it doesn't change the fact that it does forge an amazing link to Venus and Pluto in the first 10 days. And all the hard work that you've invested over a very long time can come back to you handsomely this month financially. If you remember when Saturn particularly joined up with Jupiter, your ruler, and Pluto, along with those eclipse series across the cardinal axis of Cancer and Capricorn a couple of years ago, I think you really did feel the pinch when it came to finances or even your self-worth. But the chance for some kind of redemption, all that effort and perspiration and commitment can now come back to you, and it could lead to some significant improvement in your financial and material situation, which would be really sweet. If you don't see the money coming in, my sense is it will be to do directly with COVID. And if that is the case, what the combination between Venus and Pluto can do, and this link with Pluto, with Mars, is just put you instinctively in touch with what's really valuable about you. And it doesn't have to be how much money we've got in our pockets, it just helps, as you well know. But also in the first 4 days of this month, the Sun's in a sextile, again very enabling, with Saturn. Saturn can be limiting, but it can also give us a lot of discipline. So this link between the Sun in your sign, Mercury's in your sign as the month begins as well, means that your thrust that you're showing on plans that you really want to focus on, you don't want to scatter yourself too thinly, can really gain traction, particularly from the new moon in your sign on the 4th. But as ever with new moons, a great time to rethink, recalibrate, set our intentions, perhaps give ourselves some kind of glamorous makeover. I think if you have been on some kind of strict diet, the combination of Venus and Pluto and the new moon could make it difficult, especially with the festivities. If you are able in your state, territory, country to get together with others, might make it a little bit difficult to resist those yummy calorific goodies that I always seem to have absolutely zero self-discipline about scoffing. But if you've been much more disciplined than me, you could find that wavering a little bit this month. But I think it's important, after the last couple of years we've all had, to give ourselves permission to enjoy sensual pleasures. So whether that's intimacy or it is having a nice glass of wine with loved ones or friends or colleagues, then go for it. Now on the 11th, Venus and Pluto go into, I beg your pardon, an exact conjunction. This is going to be repeated on Christmas Day because Venus goes retrograde on the 19th and therefore re-meets Pluto as it comes backwards. So I think this is going to be a very important point. You could get an offer from someone, a financial offer, which seems very attractive, and it could be absolutely genuine. But Pluto can, in its relationship with Venus, often have some kind of leverage attached to it because Pluto's about power. So whether it is a financial offer or someone's showing an interest in you in a more sexual way, just try to decipher the level of sincerity that there is. The 13th, however, sees Mercury leave your sign and move into Capricorn, helping you to push forwards in feeling good about yourself and doing better financially. But perhaps the key moments of the month in some ways on the 13th is that Mars joins your sign, and that brings you into the present. Some of the difficult, choppy stuff that Mars in the 12th house can drag up which has been going on since the beginning of, well, to be honest, the very last day of October, I think, through till the middle of this month. That comes to an end, and it's going to give you a fantastic dynamism. Also, the Sun links brilliantly with your ruler Jupiter from the 16th to the 21st. Good fortune can come to you. Some kind of unexpected text message, email, conversation, whoosh, something can happen real quick. And a very, very lucky piece of serendipity can fall into place for you between the 16th and 21st. 19th does see a full moon. Is someone a little bit cheesed off in your opposite sign of Gemini that you've been so singly minded, focused on your goals? If it is a partner, don't forget to work at it. But Venus also goes retrograde on the same day. So if you have been seizing the opportunity around those resources, which you have a great chance to do, you just need to really explain why you've had to be so self-disciplined. But I think a nice gift, a lovely dinner could be a way to woo or to smooth over something that's been a bit rocky. But seriously, if a relationship really hasn't been working very well, perhaps the Venus conjunction with Pluto is informing you that's because you just don't have the same values. I think you know we can come from very different cultural backgrounds. We can have different age groups, as with Elisa and I. She's a Sagittarius, or we can have different interests. But the unifying thing in any relationship is a basic agreement around values. So if your values jar, they could be revealed by that full moon and the fact that you're yearning for something that's different in some way. On the 21st, we have the winter solstice. The sun moves into Capricorn. We start the fourth quadrant of the year, the last 13 weeks, an important moment. The 24th, Saturn and Uranus meet in that exact square. So watch that tension. You know, it's a busy, stressful time for many people. Don't push yourself too hard. 25th, Venus goes back into, on Christmas Day, that exact conjunction with Pluto. But this would be a great opportunity to let your hair down and have some pleasure, particularly if you have the permission wherever you're living to be with loved ones. I think you really want to raise a glass. The 29th sees your ruler Jupiter move back into Pisces, the other sign that it governs. It was there from the 15th of May to the 28th of July, and it's going back into Jupiter, which is your sector of the home and family. So getting together with loved ones as the year, as the curtain comes down on the year, will really give you a mega lift. Also, Mars and Saturn forge a very productive link as the year comes to a close. So people can see that your intent to better your fortunes is going to be very much to the fore, but some surprise serendipity from the 16th to the 21st could delight you. I hope you have a marvellous Christmas and wishing you a very happy New Year. Take care and goodbye.
Thank you.